Hey everyone, and welcome to another All About RVs video. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new 2022 No Boundaries 19.8 bunkhouse trailer. We're going to take a few minutes, walk you through the inside and outside of the RV, and we'll close up the slide, show you what it looks like closed. We'll be right back on the inside. All right guys, we are now up inside the brand new 2022 No Boundaries 19.8 here. And we're going to spin through the RV here real quick. So we're going to start back here in the rear of the camper. So back here you have two bunk models or bunk beds here. So you got your upper bunk and your lower bunk. Both do have windows, and both of them, the windows do open. There's also USB charger port at each bunk and a light at each bunk. Down below is the electric box with the breakers and fuses. There's an electric outlet back here and your propane leak detector. And then you have your AC and furnace control also back here. Each bunk has its own little draw curtain there for privacy for the kids. Back here on the left side here, we have our bathroom area here. So we have a foot flush toilet, little sink area here, some storage below the sink area, and then you have your medicine cabinet there. Going on up, you have a large turbo exhaust fan there too. Now over on the wall right here is some important control stuff here. So this unit was ordered with solar, so you have the solar charge controller here. 12-volt tank heat pads to do some late fall camping kind of scenario here. And then you have your water pump on water heater on gas switch. The electric switch is outside. Water pump switch, battery condition, and then your fresh black and gray monitors here also. You have a light switch. That's nice because the kids can actually reach this in the middle of the night. A lot of brands don't have a light switch in their bathroom, so you got to leave the light on for the little kids all the time. Over here, you do have a hanging closet. There's a little safe in there, a little lock box. Some more storage. Access panel down below. Now, see if we can get in here a little better to see this. A little hard to do with the camera, but you do have a skylight up above, a two-piece ABS shower here. Basically a little step-in shower. Now the unit also has the shower miser. You'll see the little advertisement there, but that is basically this little on-off valve here, redirectional valve and everything. So it just really helps save you water if you're boondock camping. Nice thing to have there. Recirculate some water. Looking forward here, you have your bed area across the front. 60 by 80 queen bed. There is some storage down below. The inverter for the solar charge system and everything, that inverter is down there below. You can kind of see a little green light underneath of there. On-off switch for it next to the electric outlet there. Over at the headboard area, there's a couple cup holders, electric outlet, and a little bit of storage area there too. The window on each side of the bed does open. The front windshield does not. This was also ordered with the optional 12-volt TV. So again, if you're boondock camping, you got that solar panel on top of this and everything, you can fire up your TV, check on local weather, check the local news, whatever you might want to do while you're out camping, just to kind of somewhat keep in touch. Up top, you do have storage across the front. You have the little shocks on there to hold the doors up, little LED backlighting in there also. Pull down roller shades here, and then you can see that light switch up there on the bottom of the cabinet for those cabinet lights. Little decorative pillows come with it. U-shaped dinette area here. This is your slide, and the table folds down. You can make this into an extra little bed if you need to. Back in behind here is also some more storage back there, so you can kind of stash some stuff back there out of the way. More overhead cabinet storage, emergency exit window, pull down pleated shades. That window does open. Back around to the kitchen area here. On the side of the lower cabinet here, you have some USB charger ports, light switch for the little light above the convection microwave. There is some storage underneath the sink area here, electric outlet on the front, the convection microwave there, so you can cook or microwave either one. That's a nice option to have, but you don't have to get it if you don't want. It's just basically a hole there. It's a storage hole. You do have the central vac down here. Now basically this is a dustpan vac. You can see just in front of the little footprint there, you have a little vac button there. Basically you just push down, or actually flip up. It has some little lights on it that light up, and there are hoses you can buy aftermarket to basically kind of stretch out a hose and vacuum around the RV, but it doesn't come with those hoses. It's just really there for that dustpan vac, as the RV is pretty much linoleum, so you can just sweep everything in there and it'll suck it up. Large single bowl sink, has the little strainer sink cover set up here. You do have the little high-rise sprayer faucet here. This actually is kind of stuck down in there, but it does come out, so you can kind of spray some things off. Then it just kind of shoves it back down in there. 2-burner gas stove top, flip up glass lid. So if you're not using this, just put it down, give yourself some extra counter space there. Hood range and fan. More storage, and again you have those shocks on there. Currently using the Coleman AC system, and then also your smoke detector over there. And then here is the refrigerator, 10.7 cubic foot 12-volt refrigerator. It's a really good size fridge, and again you got that solar panel and stuff on top, really helping extend the use of the battery's life on the RVs and stuff, so you can do more boondock camping. And just below that is your furnace. Propane furnace, again controlled off that digital control over there. All right guys, we're gonna take a few minutes, run through the outside of the RV, and then we'll come back in and close her up. We'll be right back on the outside. All right guys, we're now back on the outside of the brand new 2022 No Boundaries 19.8. Start here on the door side and kind of spin our way around. So first things up, we do have a large storage compartment here going all the way across the front of the RV. You can kind of see some of the aluminum tube framing up there as well, and some of the hitch work that this customer actually chose to add on aftermarket. The baggage door for that storage compartment area does have a flip-up magnetic holder instead of a plastic latch. The unit is a white base fiberglass exterior with a little bit of lower gray fiberglass on the bottom, and then your traditional vinyl decals. You have deep tint safety glass windows. The unit has a power awning standard, LED light strip built in, has the adjustable arms for tilting for water runoff, and then it does have a manual override in the front arm head in case of an electronic failure. The unit does have an enclosed underbelly, and it has 4 stabilizer jacks, 1 on each corner. They're the heavy-duty scissor style jacks. Traditional entry door and screen door to get you in and out of the RV. Does have the large folding entry handle. And then next to the entry handle there, you'll see some more stickers that we'll talk about. One, the model number, the Azdel composite material. This fiberglass is attached to Azdel instead of a wood Luan board, so it's much less likely to have any type of delamination issue or anything like that. It's basically this portion of it's not going to rot out like wood would if it got wet. Solar on board. This one was ordered with solar, extended cold weather package. So a few different things there that it kind of talks about. Entrance step getting you in and out is the more ride step above step. Adjustable feet. Thing comes down, touches the ground, has a 500-pound rating, where a traditional hover step is only rated for 300 pounds. Single axle unit, you have a little bit more rugged off-road style tire. And right now this thing is currently running the Goodyear Wrangler tires. Aluminum wheels, 6-lug, drum brakes, torsion flex axle on the thing. So it's a little bit more of an independent system. So when this unit here, this tire on this side is moving, it's not shooting all the way across to the other side like a traditional leaf spring and single axle kind of deal. So it is a little bit better version of an axle for an RV, especially if you're going a little more off-roady. Your wheel liners inside there are actually metal, where a lot of brands are basically just a woven Darko underbelly to repel water. But here, this can take a little bit more of a beating than the traditional RV. Down below is a gas line hookup down here. You have your furnace exhaust out here, a cold water spray port, and I put the little table out, but I did not get out the gas grill. You can see that pop up there in the picture, gonna get an idea what that's like. But you got like a little cooking area out here if you wanna do some cooking. Now there is a traditional porch light up there that is currently in clear mode, but you can flip the switch the other way and it'll turn to amber mode. So if you don't wanna use the LED light strip, you can use the porch light either way. And then just above the O there is the stove exhaust. So when you're in there cooking, you flip on that fan and it'll exhaust out that smoke. On around to the rear of the RV, you have a traditional flat back rear end with a lower metal diamond plate. Again, that off-road Goodyear tire. And you also have your traditional 4-inch square tube bumper that is on the back of the RV. And a lot of people do store their dump hose in there too. Ladder on the back here to get you up and down onto the roof there. And you can see up on the roof, this does have the rack system up there. So you could add, this one had a kayak rack on it, but they make bike racks and, ski holders. You can also do, a few different things like that by the Rhino Rack people. You can order that stuff aftermarket and put it on if you want to, or get it from the factory when we order it from the factory for you. This unit was ordered with the black tank flush as well. That's standard actually. So it does have the black tank flush on it. You do have prepping for a rear observation camera or backup camera. This customer chose to do the rear observation camera, so you can kind of see that up there. It's a nice little feature to add on. It comes with a screen that you can plug into your truck or your SUV, whatever you're towing with, and it'll allow you to see what's going on behind you. And also, if you're driving down the road, it's working. So you can kind of, again, see what's going on behind you or backing into a campsite or whatever. So it's a really nice feature to have added to your RV. On around to this side, we have another little storage compartment area below the bunk that we've seen in there. Down below here, we have our gray and black tank handles and our dump area right here. Detachable power cord, probably 25-30 feet long roughly, and then your cable satellite inlet up there. Small slide out here. They are currently using the Lippert in-wall slide, 12-volt slide system. Lippert has some great information on their website, lci1.com. It kind of explains how it works, how to work on it if it ever breaks, all kinds of different stuff they put on their website there. Really helpful videos to check out if you end up getting one with these type of slides. Down below here you have your gas and electric water heater, 6 gallons, 1.16" drain plug, and then the electric switch in the lower left-hand corner down here, and your drain pressure relief valve up top. Gravity fill fresh water tank. Down below here, drains and also low point water drains. So fresh water tank drain, low point water drains. City water inlet is right here. Now, when you are going to winterize and stuff, back in behind here, there's a panel right here. 4 screws, remove that panel. That gets you to your water pump, also gets you to the back of the water heater for bypassing. And on the water pump is also a pump kit that you can stick the hose down in a jug of antifreeze and suck it right through the system. Next up, we're going to pop up some stickers for you guys here. The first sticker popping up is going to be your main data sticker. And this basically has your production date, has your VIN number, axle size, but most importantly, the gross vehicle weight of the RV. It's very important, guys, to not exceed that gross vehicle weight. That again is your axle weight and your hitch weight, everything combined. The next sticker popping up is going to be your unloaded vehicle weight. That's the weight the RV weighed when it rolled off the factory assembly line. Very important again, just to kind of remember that number, subtract it from your gross weight, and that kind of gives you your cargo carrying capacity, which is the next sticker popping up. And basically that's telling you how much gear you can load into your RV. Now there's a few pound discrepancy in between there because they count, propane, and maybe sometimes they count a battery on there depending on what brand of RV it is. So there's usually a few pound difference depending on how they calculated that out, allowing for propane or a battery, something like that. Next is your tire sticker, and that right there, guys, is just telling you your tire size, but most importantly telling you the tire pressure. Maintain your tire pressure, guys, very, very important. If you let that pressure drop too low, it is basically going to overload the tire. So that tire, again, can only hold so much weight at that maximum pressure, and dropping too low, you're going to possibly blow out a tire. So keep an eye on that. Up front here on the front of the RV, we have a fiberglass shell here with a flat windshield in the front. Has an LED light strip up top, and in the lower portion is a metal diamond plate. Power tongue jack, adjustable foot pad on that power tongue jack. Then you do have a battery disconnect down here. It comes with 0 batteries from the factory, but if you do purchase from Couch's RV Nation, you'll get at least 1. There's room for 2 depending on the size of battery, so if you wanted a second one for that boondock camper, talk with your sales guy about that. Single 20-pound propane tank with the hard bottle cover. There's also a light and manual override on that power tongue jack as well. And then you have a 2-inch hitch ball on the front. Down below here is also the pet-friendly leash latch holder that will allow you to kind of tie up your dog or something if you want to. All right, guys, we are going to head back inside. I want to close this thing up, show you what it looks like closed. We'll be right back on the inside. All right, guys, we're now back inside the new 2022 No Boundaries 19.8, and I want to show you what it looks like closed. I've already gone ahead and removed the top 2 extend out cushions and folded up the table and kind of strapped it down. So you got to make sure you do that before you're ready to roll this thing in. And you got to come over here to your awning in and out button. And basically all you got to do, hit the button, this thing comes straight in and it'll go straight back out. Again, this is the Lippert in-wall slide. So you can see it's coming right over top of these little extend out cushions. Now this one on the right here, this one is completely freestanding. So you can move that one out of the way or take it out of the camper even if you wanted to. So you don't have to worry about that one. But when the slide is in, you still basically have full access through the RV. You come back here, get to your bunks, turn on your AC, you know, kind of do whatever you really need to do. So it's not really interrupting the everyday usage part of the RV, which is really nice, because if something were to malfunction, you know, and you got to the campsite or whatever and you couldn't get your slide out, you know, you're not going to ruin your whole weekend. You can still camp and use your RV. That's very important, because there are a lot of these RVs that when you close up the slides, you can't use the camper. So it's kind of nice to be able to use it even if it's closed. It's also a nice feature if you're stopping at a rest area and sleeping overnight or something, you know, trying to take a break so you don't have an accident or anything. Be able to actually just come in here and do what you need to do without opening it up. All right, guys, thanks again for taking the time to watch my RV videos, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you don't mind, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, guys. It really helps me out. Thanks again, guys.